Bone. Last time I did it, it was a religious couple, and I did some religious jokes, and they walked.
But they're usually polite about it. They're not usually like, fuck. I had one
out, or
I didn't even see it. The guy told me later. He's like, yeah, the older couple left because he did a, Catholic joke.
I remember one time I was doing the Rooster T. Feathers.
Oh, I've done there. I've done there.
I bagged the book there. Years ago.
She was headless. And
She didn't give me it.
I'm doing a bit, and as I'm walking out, the woman goes, she goes, "Fuck you, you suck," and the door just shuts, and I was like, all right.
Yeah.
And I just heard a woman go, "I think you're doing great." That hurt worse.
That's worse.
Because I was like pitied. You know?
Yeah.
It was terrible, but
There's no green room at that Roosters, right? You have to
No.
like stay outside.
yeah, outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on
You hear about this comic, Erica Rhodes? What happened at
Yeah, what was that? I like Erica.
So she went for a walk, and they just unbooked her. They just had to, because there was no green room in the club.
Oh.
So she just takes a walk, and then she comes back, and they're like, "You're unbooked."
What?
Yeah, but there's a green room at that Hyenas.
Yeah, I know. She said, maybe there's like another room there. I don't know.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, how do you go find her? How do you, look, maybe she shouldn't have walked away, but how do you not do a show without her? Isn't she the headliner?
They brought someone else, I guess.
That's crazy.
There's always comics hanging around.
Yeah.
Waiting for their big shot. Right. Yeah.
Like just here to support, but they really just want you to not be able to do it.
They want you to have a stroke and not be able to go up there.
Maybe the
Yeah, I just
headliner.
came here to check you out.
They used to pay people back in the day at like the strip of those clubs on weekends in case a comic didn't make it.
Oh, yeah.
And you just like got a hangout spot.
Right. Well, you always hear that those old. Jesus, I'm drunk. You ever see those old stories of like, Sandler didn't show. Get up there, kid. And there's a guy with a cigar with his feet up going, "You got it."
Yeah. I mean, that happens at the store, but we're already paid regulars, so it's like I had a show in the belly room, and then the sound guy's like, "Yo, man, this guy, you forgot what date it was. I need you to go in there and do 10. I'm like, all right. So there's a lot of scrambling like that.
Yeah.
But it's never like, you young whippersnapper, you got what it takes.
Totally.
Get on
Yeah,
there.
yeah. I had the thing in Hilarities recently, because now like the special came out, and like now people they're coming, it's great, but then there's still the people who just go to see the show. And then this woman, I heard her say, "I did not sign up for this," and she got up, and 4 dudes with backward white hats were like, "Get the fuck out, bitch! Go!"
How great is that you have like people fighting for you now?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
telling these guys, like sometimes you get shit on in the comments or whatever, or like, because I do this works on stuff show where I'm just like doing jokes off of a pad because I'm working on it, and some people are like, "Why is he holding the paper?" And then people are like, "Yo, he's working on shit, you dumb piece of shit."
This is his process, stupid.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
people like caping for you now.
Yeah, but then you can't be like, "Yeah, get her, boys."
Right.
Like in the moment. You're right. She is a bitch, and she's flat as hell.
They take it way too far. You're like, Jesus.
Yeah, you're like, we're with her now.
That's like the best club Hilarities.
God, it's so good.
That's
Right.
that's in my
Where is
top
that?
5, I think.
Cleveland.
Cleveland, yeah.
I should do it. I've never done it before.
Great
Oh,
food, great room.
Really?
It's
That
just
old
like
man is the best.
Oh, Nick.
Yeah.
legendary.
Love Nick.
One of the best.
Is
I
there
went there.
multiple-
I did a
That's one.
theater there last time I was there, and I just like went and had dinner with them after, and it was like the best fucking hang. Of course, Viter, we're leaving. I was like, man, great meal, great hang. Viter's like, I give the meal like a B+. Fuck you, Gary.
Yeah.
Such a foodie.
He's such a food snob. It was good food.
It's good food.
Really
Really good
For
food.
clubs, it's like the best.
I did
Easily.
the theater there, the Agora, and I went to the club and they fed me.
Yeah.
Same here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was getting drunk. That was great.
Oh, yeah.
Sam and
Nick.
Nick, they're the 2 best.
Sam sat me down at the end of the weekend, and he's like, "Hey, you want us to tell your agents how much you made?" And I was like, "Yeah, right. That's what you do." And he's hold on. Here's your check. And then here's another check.
Whoa!
We're gonna tell him about this check.
What a guy!
Yeah, dude. I don't want to be saying that.
Yeah,
we should cut that out for you.
Nah, fuck him. Yeah, we're
your
good.
agent doesn't listen.
No, not to my voicemails. Yeah, nothing.
That's the best. That's one of the best clubs though ever.
Yeah.
Great club.
It's so rare that people actually give a fuck like that,
Yeah.
where they really care and they will like watch your set.
Yeah.
And they'll notice every little thing and they tape the shows.
Yeah, yeah.
Every club, listen to that. Do this shit.
I know.
It's Greeks.
Is that
Greeks
what it
run the
is?
best clubs.
Oh, it's great.
They're Greek. Comedy on State, Greeks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
What is it about Greek people that just love?
They run business as well.
Yeah.
Diners.
Yeah.
Not their country.
You know that building the Comedy on State's in is called the Paris Building? They own that entire building.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They're
I was
good.
just there. That club is fucking so good.
It's magical.
Yes, it is.
It's one of the great 2 albums I did there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's how hot that. You ever done that one?
Comedy on State. Yeah. I've only done it once. I want to go back.
Everyone wants back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a good time, man. It's like they just treat you right, man. That's great food. It's just a good city. It's just a good.
Even Anna?
Yeah.
Even Anna.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out.
Like New York has great food with at all their comedy clubs, which is not a thing in LA, really. You know what I mean? Like the Stand has great food. The Cellar.
True.
That's just something I've noticed about New York.
That's only
That's it.
two.
That's
it.
Caroline's,
That's not.
Caroline's didn't update their menu in like 20 years. I remember when we were young comics, that chicken parma. Oh my god! Then you get older, you're like, this is fucking bad.
Yeah, you feel like hell after. But yeah, 2 clubs have good food.
Yeah.
Just 2.
Everything else
I
is
thought it was everything.
popcorn and hot dogs.
Yeah, but that's good. You don't want
People
in
eating
the club.
spaghetti.
Yeah, I don't want to look. I don't want to be on stage and see someone cutting into a skirt steak.
It does.
Pungent.
It's like you can't even talk over the sizzling.
I was at a club last night and like 8 pizzas came out right during and you're like, not only are they not paying attention because they're cutting the slices and they're peeling off a pepperoni, but now their mouth is full of food. So I'm like, am I bombing or are you hungry?
You don't want there to be ideally food in the crowd.
No.
We do the gigs where they have the prime rib dinner, and then also there's a comedy show.
Yes.
Those are big in the Mountain Time Zone. People are just coming up and getting more ground beef.
Oh yeah.
You're standing behind them.
I know. And then they don't even get a show because they're just like, oh, who got the jalapeno poppers? Pass that over here. And then the guy's just going nuts on wings, and then the show's over.
Right.
And you're like, you never left because you were too busy,
Stuff in their face.
going down on that taco salad.
Yeah, those better be corporate gigs where you're making stupid money. Otherwise, like, don't fucking.
Yeah.
You want to work on shit.
These were the
I
worst
know.
gigs ever. And
Yeah.
They paid like $200, and you had to split gas with the headliner.
Yeah.
What's the best corporate you've done? Like, where it was actually fun?
a good one.
A good one.
It's 9 out of 10 bad for me.
I know. Same
Yeah, I
here.
had one really good one, but here's the kicker: is like it was like they had me at a steakhouse. It was like a night they were like giving out there was a Scotch sampling woman, so she's like giving me fun.
Oh.
I kill. They bring me back next year, and the mic doesn't work, and it's like I couldn't have topped the first year. It just
Right.
went perfect. I come back, the mic doesn't work, and I'm trying to scream my jokes, and I just eat shit. And I just lost all the legend of that show was gone.
Right.
But it wasn't a paycheck though, right? The second.
It was good, yeah.
All right.
It wasn't a corporate, but it was. There's a bunch of jam bands in Colorado, and they have this big Christmas party. All these bands, and this guy was a fan. He's like, "Hey, you want to come to our Christmas party? Good check, I was like, for sure. I get there, and he has a Santa suit, and he's like, "Yeah, put this on. We'll come back and get you." And I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Oh, they didn't tell you?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And he's like, "Yeah, you'll be Santa, and people
Piss off and
Wipe
hand
this
it
off
to
and hand it to
mom.
your mom. I love how I always think of the end of that movie where she lets fucking her kid go with Santa, and then she starts like calling for him, and they're like, "Oh shit, I made a huge mistake." I'd love if the next one started with them in court, and she's just sitting with Santa. He's like, so he tried to steal our son and leave.
Listening to the Hanging from the Rafters podcast.
I dislike it on a personal
I
level.
dislike it extremely. I don't hate it, but I dislike it to the point where if you don't stop, I may hit you.
With Chris Rafter,
Smells like Bigfoot's dick. Why don't you go back to fucking France or wherever the hell you're from?
Pull it out. Let's see it. What are we even fucking doing here?
Austin Rafter,
I can't believe what's happening to me. You ain't going nowhere. I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime.
Bryce Silver,
Ghana herpes I got it from this one tramp that I was with.
Come on, you idiot. You gotta. What do you mean? Anyway, brother, here's Wonderwall.
and Tim Morris.
Do you think the mimes actually stab people, or do you think they just mime it? Jamie, can you pull up a video of somebody's head being crushed by sonar? That'd be great.
Well, pitter patter. Let's get at her.
What is that? Is that a burger? Is that pizza? Is that calzone?
It's chicken.
Smells like chicken.
Oh, I can't even make out what it is from here.
It's chicken covered in hot sauce.
That's the only way to eat chicken. You look like fucking Louise Belcher.
So it's basically a giant chicken wing?
Yeah,
Well, there's a drumstick and a thigh.
Okay. I'm going to do the intro.
Oh, yeah,
it's
the
trash.
drumsticks and the thighs are the only way to go.
Yeah.
Smart.
Best meat.
It's raw. He didn't cook it.
He's just eating it plain. I like mine, just plain.
Just
Okay,
pink?
so like what? No salt, pepper? Like no nothing? Don't cook it?
Have you seen that video of the like shithouse dude? He's like fucking. They have chicken there. And he's like
Nothing
picks it up,
sound.
takes a fat bite, and like no, like you see them fucking
like raw.
force it out of his mouth.
It's like completely fucking raw.
It was totally raw. Like they clearly were like getting ready, but he's already trashed, and so he
He's like in
takes
the
a piece
kitchen with
of
everybody, right?
and takes a fat bite of it, and like what the fuck, and they like, force it out of his mouth.
You gotta like grab into his fucking face.
Yeah,
Like he's a fucking dog.
yeah. I guess when you're that trash,
Drop
you kind
it.
of are a dog.
Leave it. You have to leave it. That's it.
You wave something else in front of his mouth so he'll open his mouth to eat that.
Yeah, you trade him for something. That's very good. Good job.
Bad.
Yeah, you're booping him on the nose.
You guys watch a podcast with you guys just eating chicken the whole time?
Yeah. This is the all chicken podcast right here. High protein, low bullshit.
Hell yeah, dude. We're going to do some reps later.
It's the
We're gonna
actual
rep.
liver king without the
I don't like this
steroids.
at all.
So
But,
it's fat.
What's
The chicken liver king.
so earlier? The fucking dog got into like some chicken bones that I had in my room from last night.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
And I fucking Google. I'm like, what do you do when your dog gets into chicken bones? And
Call names.
the first suggestion that pops up is like, wave another piece of food in front of his face, like to get him to drop the chicken bone. Do you think I'm watching him pick up a chicken bone and then Googling what to do while
Hold
he's
on.
like in the middle of eating it?
Mid Google.
Like,
Stay while I Google. Google.
This is supposed to be for after. Intro's not still playing, is it?
No.
Oh,
No, we're live. It didn't work. So we're listening to the
good.
Rafters podcast. I'm here with the Moo Cow. And
the Moo Cow.
Tim and Bryce is
We're with Louise Belcher and the
he's
rest
calling
of the
from the moon.
Burgers family.
later, we're gonna castrate and
Luis-
brand
it's
Austin.
Louis Belcher. This is,
Louis, yeah.
doesn't want to be called Luis anymore. Let's not speak about it. That's the end of it.
Change. Don't talk about mom anymore.
I don't know if you heard. He doesn't shine shoes anymore.
Maybe you haven't heard.
I'm trying to shoot
You've been gone a long time. You used to make them look like fucking mirrors. So I found out today that a St. Louis football program for like kids had to cancel its season today
the
on
N-word?
account of its coach being fucking shot.
Nice.
Jesus Christ.
Where?
St. Louis.
In St.
Yeah, that'll
Louis.
happen. You could have said anywhere. I was like, yeah, that'll happen.
It'll
I
happen.
love how in articles they have to like
You're sharing the wrong one.
can't
dude.
tell you
Yeah, share the other screen.
exactly what happened. They just have to put in quotes that like he sustained quote serious physical injury.
They shot him in the ass.
Oh, we lost
From the
Bryce.
gunshots.
Fuck.
Like as
Oh, he's back.
if being shot by a gun isn't. I'm back. As if being shot by a gun, they have to put in quotes a serious physical injury. It's like, well, yeah, he was shot by a gun.
By a gun. A gun.
It's a cup with
It's a
dirt
cup
in it.
with dirt in it.
You can just say,
I call it dirt in the cup.
you can just say a
Being
bullet,
shot.
Big yellow one is the sun.
right?
Big
Like,
yellow one.
like they could just say the
You
bullet
have
tore a
hot
hole
sauce by
through
your
the side
face,
of his ass.
and it makes everything so much better. You got a little hot sauce there, that's fine.
I don't know why I want them to get more to script. Like he was shot in the dick Tuesday the 10th. You know,
Fucking right.
well,
it's
if
hanging
you,
almost all the way off. Doctors don't think they could save the penis.
yeah, I was gonna say if you read that somebody got shot in the dick, like they better tell you, does it still work?
Does
Buddy,
it
you
still
shot him
work,
in the
though?
dick.
Well, there's like a great part in I think.
Ah, Butters, you don't shoot a guy in the dick.
Butters.
You shot him in the dick.
I love the last one where he just leaves him in the middle of the restaurant after he shot somebody in the dick. He's like, you know what? I don't even want to be a part of this. And just fucking leaves him to deal with it.
Butters ruined everything. Saved everybody's lives.
Austin's gonna be doing some soldering. Hold on. His work as a pipe welder, it doesn't stop on the weekends. He works all the time.
Thing is it's cheaper to order the pipe before it's fused. So you fuse it on site, much cheaper. Because then you gotta pay the extra fee at the factory.
You gotta deal with the old luggy.
Lindsay can't figure out which screen she's sharing.
I can't.
Local 352 Austin over here, pipe welding.
Here, I'll come help you.
Sorry, guys. We're still a mess from the last 2 weeks of technical difficulties.
Yeah, she'll be down.
And we're always gonna be.
We hella should have just recorded last week.
Just
recorded ourselves fucking trying to get Bryce able to be heard.
You would have at least had my video.
Yeah, that's true.
It was funny figuring this out. All I had to do was nothing, and it worked.
Yeah, I still say it's your fault.
No, it's definitely you guys. Reason being is because you have all this goofy contraption shit over there.
Well, you know what? You know whose fault it's not?
Jesus.
Mine.
Well, yeah, you have nothing.
We're going to start with Tim, and we're going to work our way back on whose fault this is.
All right, so it's definitely not Tim. How about
it's Tim? That Tim's a given.
Do we think it's Colonel Mustard? Are we thinking the Clue characters yet, or do they come later?
Did you know they added new characters to Clue?
Really now?
Yeah, because the last ones are racist.
And
you gotta turn your mic on.
I want to see these characters.
They either added new ones or changed the names of 2 of them.
Oh, Professor Plum, though. The gays are loving Hasbro's new reimagined Clue on out.com.
God damn, Lindsay, you're so behind.
On my personal
Behind,
computer.
I just figured out because Christopher's thing wasn't working, so I had to figure out which screen it was.
Austin's just eating chicken right now.
I can, it's like listening to him eat chicken has been fantastic.
He has 2 small ears and he's eating chicken.
I like how it was totally okay when he was eating pizza, but now that it's chicken, we got to talk about it.
With the ears, it just seems odd. It's not right, is what I'm saying.
He's a cow eating chicken.
It's cow and chicken.
Is he a cow eating chicken or a chicken eating cow?
Cow.
Stop yelling.
I know.
You're always yelling.
Ah.
Welcome to another exciting edition of Are You Garbage? The show where you find out if your favorite comedians are classy individuals or absolute trash. Now, here are your hosts, Kevin Ryan and H. Foley.
Hey, everybody out there, and welcome back to everybody's favorite podcast. This is Are You Garbage? It's that little show we sit down with your favorite comedians and we find out if they grow to be classy or if they're just a big old piece of trash. Trash. I'm your host, H. Foley, coming at you on a beautiful day. We're out back here at Tootie's in the new addition. She's upstairs on the roof. Okay, set up the pigeon coop. All right, start flipping pigeons. I respect it. Let you know I'm on the block. Let us know the ops are on the way. You know what I'm saying? My co-host is coming at you from across the table. He is the CEO of Are You Garbage. He's an international businessman. He's my best pal in the whole wide world, but I would not hesitate to turn state's evidence to get in the witness protection program.
You're going to need it, big fella. Spot your ass from 100 miles away.
Give it up for KJ, Kevin James Ryan.
What up, gang? Thanks for tuning in. As always, please make sure you rate and you subscribe on iTunes. Full video available on YouTube. And as you know, those numbers are
through the roof. Smoking.
Fucking baby. Yeah. And I'd be remiss if I didn't mention one of my personally favorite websites.
Wikipedia?
No. Patreon.com/Are-You-Garbage, gang. Go over there. You get up to 2 bajillion hours worth of content. That's marketing terms.
Here, it's a bit of a party over there.
It is.
$5 a cup.
$5 a cup. That's pretty good.
$5 a cup.
Or 10 if you want to go in a bathroom and party. You know what I mean?
A lot of chicks over there. It's popping after 11. Come by.
You sign up over there. You get bonus episodes every week of AYG. We do Hard Feelings every week,
yes,
which is a whole nother show. It's a good time. And then, hours upon hours of other videos that we shot, vlogs, stuff from the road, behind the scenes. Down the shore,
Disney World.
Disney, Foley's first limo ride, the whole 9 yards.
Wee! So like the prettiest girl in school on that. And do yourself a favor. But over there to RUGarbage.com.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Got the Through the Roof tour cooking.
Through the roof.
Adding shows,
shows selling out. It's a good time. Get them tickies, gang. Let's hang.
First leg is up. Please check it out. Come out and see the boys. And how about a nice, quick shout out to our producer extraordinaire, the Magic Man. Makes us all look good. Works the ones, the twos, the threes, and the fours. He crosses the T's and he dots the I's. Give it up for my number 2, my other best pal in the whole wide world, T-Bone McMuffin, Toby McMullen.
What up, boys?
That big old Sawzeech on.
What up, T-Bones?
I know.
We're open for business.
Speaking of witnesses, you know what's something you could never do?
What's that, Toby?
You could never be one of those guys on
4.40?
Sure.
I'll prove you wrong on that. I think I got a 4.8 in college. Is that possible?
4.40. That's 4 orders of onion rings, 4 orders of french fries.
In under 40 minutes.
Oh, it's a 4.44 deal?
No. You could never be one of those witnesses on 60 Minutes that's all black in the silhouette. You're too recognizable.
I would never do that.
I never understood that.
You know who it is. If they know you, man.
Especially if you're leaking about, like, there was 3 guys there and the other 2 are in jail. You're like, so I was here when Jimmy shot Tony. They're like, hey, Fat Sal, they know it's you. All right.
So you sure they won't know it's me, Jimmy Baklava?
Never, man.
I never understood that too. Where like the cartel does it sometimes, but like behind the scenes with the cartel, and it's like some journalist embedded with them, and they're sitting there, and I'm like, what are you doing? You're nuts.
Yeah, dude.
Showing street signs and shit.
Trying to stay anonymous, saying shit like I was his neighbor.
Yeah. This ain't Undercover Boss, dude. You'll get got.
Which, dude, Undercover
when
Boss
the chainsaw comes out.
Have you seen that recently? I'm a fan for trashy TV. I get Undercover Boss when I first hit was crazy, but now, dude, they show up. I mean, the fake wigs, I'm like, and they're always like, hey, this is Jimmy, he's trying to swim. They always come up with like a documentary to throw him off the set.
And it's like a middle-aged guy.
Yeah, and he's like, it's usually like he's trying to
Krispy Kreme.
He's transitioning into like a new career or something. And I'm like, dude, if this guy with fake glasses, a fake nose, a bad wig, and a weird outfit came in, I'd be like, I ain't working with him.
No, I would.
You got Mrs. Doubtfire running the forklift.
Yeah, it's not even as good as Mrs. Doubtfire. Mrs. Doubtfire was a classic broad.
You would think you would know. If you, like, at this point, you're aware of the show.
Yeah, sometimes it's like a 23-year-old kid like fucking side-eyeing him, being like, buddy, your nose is melting over the deep fryer.
I'd be kissing his ass. What do you mean? I'd be Johnny on the spot.
Well, they always get in their sob story of like, then my mom got shot in the head, and my sister.
I'd be making shit up on the spot.
And then at the end they're like, and then sometimes the gifts. So if you haven't seen the program, the CEO of a big company goes in, works all the different positions.
They've seen it.
I'm just letting them know. What the
bozos
fuck?
and the homies, they know what's up.
I don't know, man. I don't think everybody's got cable, if I'm being honest with you. And then they tell him a sob story, and then at the end they give him a big gift of like, hey,
like $1 million.
Dude, I've seen some being like, we give you $1,500 in gift cards to the restaurant. You're like, yo, what the fuck? I'm not taking my house. I don't need
surgery.
I don't need more mozzarella sticks. Make with the cheddar, Daddy.
Stealing them for the last 2 years.
No, I eat here for free already.
Kick rocks.
Yeah.
You mentioned 444, which got the engine turning. Might have mentioned this to you, not really sure. Was talking about it with somebody not that long ago. Brought up a little American institution that runs by the name of Denny's.
Okay.
And let me tell you something. Go to in college for the sampler. They did the onion rings, the chicken fingers, the wings, the mozzarella sticks. Man, they really...
I don't know if I've ever... Denny's maybe... 1, 2, or 3 times in my life, because to me that was just a diner, and we always had local. Shout out to the Suburban Diner on Street Road, or the Great American Diner.
I don't know how they're banging these days, but you used to find one in a small town in the suburbs. They were run like Michelin star restaurants. They were unbelievable.
Sure, I get it. Yeah, we just never. We would never go to. That was just like the national. Why go to the national chain when you got the real feel? You know.
That's where my love affair of honey mustard started.
It's the first and last time I ever dined and dash was at a Denny's.
Really?
What?
I was in high school. It was like
scumbag.
No, I respect that he did it to a national corporation rather than some,
the hardworking people. What if Undercover Boss was in there that day? Somebody had to pay for that.
He comes out chasing them down the block.
Literally, exactly what happened.
No
what?
Shit.
Yep, we were there. It was a bunch of skeevy stoners.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go one way and your parents went the other way? How did you guys? How'd you break that?
All right, on the count of 3, scatter! when you lamb it.
Literally,
the cheese.
not far off, dude.
What?
We were sitting there, a bunch of skeevy stoners really went to town. Chocolate milk's all around.
Man, I can feel the dry mouth at that table. Just.
I'd see a table that you guys walk in, I want to kill myself.
Hey,
take it easy, big guy. Jesus,
we're gonna double.
It's a family program.
The getaway driver stood up stood up from the table, knocked a full glass of chocolate milk on the floor as he was getting up. Just so bad. We all get up, we're making our move to go. Servers in the back, whatever, empty Denny's. We walk, as we get outside the door, there is a gauntlet of the most grizzled, old Denny's waitresses you have ever seen, sitting on the sidewalk, smoking cigs.
I've been waiting for this. Looking for trouble.
The girl puts it out on her arm, just fucking cracks her neck, and it's like, let's go, let's dance, pretty boys.
Wait. Give him a 5-second head start.
Let's make it a challenge,
dude. For real, we got around. We had parked in the back, backed in, and
did you go in with this plan?
Yes.
Oh,
wow.
that's crazy.
Why?
Because we were all broke
and you were hungry.
Yeah.
What are we gonna do? Where were you living? Were you at home?
This was in St. Pete, Florida.
Wow. Let's just go to your parents' house, get a sandwich or something.
Because I was on drugs.
Yeah. And they don't have chocolate milk.
I want to feel alive.
So we got around the corner of the building, and we just hear this one waitress go, "Ah!" And we all
Man, a St. Pete Denny's waitress chasing you out of the door. God, I'd rather the Terminator.
I can see like
me.
two of them on a jet bike in the canal. One jumps off on you.
I can turn the corner. The getaway driver smoking a heater by the car, and we're screaming, "Get in!"
I picture her tactically cutting the angle. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like trailing up to intersect them.
Like an outside linebacker.
Yeah, fucking spying them. Like, I got her fucking coming across.
So we dive into this car, peel out. We're dipping out of the parking lot as the manager, red tie, a flag, is running Terminator style at the side of the car, and I'm just sitting there like, oh my god, what have I done? There's like 7 waitresses. Jeez. Long story short, though, the kid who was driving was the only 17-year-old in the county with this kind of car.
Oh yeah,
caught him instantly.
A pig Celica.
Yeah.
You guys got busted.
He did.
No
really?
Shit.
I'm really leaning on the statute of limitations on this one.
Did he rat on you?
Nah.
Huh.
His mom footed the bill.
But next time we're down there, we got to go to that Denny's. We'll have a nice meal.
No.
What?
No.
Why not?
I'll never go back to the scene of the crime. Then they're going to think I'm in on it. I'll get pegged as the mastermind of this thing 20
I've been
years
looking
later.
for you for 20 years.
It's the chocolate milk Ponzi scheme, and I'm going to be.
Where's your buddies at?
Yeah.
Ah, man, T-Bone.
Hey, man. Shit happens.
We
all got to pass.
Only time you ever did it.
Yeah.
Felt bad afterward.
Horrible.
Lesson learned.
Indeed.
Worst thing you can do.
Well, that'd stab a guy.
It's not bad.
You got it coming. You got it coming.
Two of my dirtbag buddies, who shall remain nameless, were frequenting a bar, a local establishment here in New York City. And they were hanging out there, kind of dating the bartenders, and they were like, it was it was like a hang for them.
Sure.
So they were in there. My two buddies went in there, and I think they'd ran up a bit of a bar tab and kind of,
as one does.
And I don't think it was intentional, but like blacked out and left and didn't settle at the tab. But they were like dating the whatever. So someone covered it because they were like, oh, they'll be back tomorrow, or like I'll jump on the tab. And he left without paying it, and then they kind of just like iced what some dude paid for it, like the bar manager or something. And then they just iced them. It was like $170 or something. They were like, I'm never answering that call. I'm never seeing this girl. We're just never gonna walk down that street again.
Had a kid with her.
Dude, 2 years later, I'm like, let's just fucking go in. Everything else was closed or packed. I'm like, let's just fucking pop in. There's no way they remember you guys. Dude, we walked in. We made it 3 feet in. The guy goes, get the fuck out of here. And I was like, fuck. No, I can't go back. Guilt by association.
One thing I'll say about you when we first met.
Me?
Yes, up until now.
What?
Is I've never met anybody that was so careless with opening a tab and forgetting to close it and leaving his debit card, which you had one card, and I know there was no money on it, but like the other night we were Brooklyn Comedy Club doing some spots. Shout out to Old Man Hustle over there.
Love it there.
And I was having a few pops. Normally I do cash. Boom, here you go. But I put my card down and I jumped in the Uber to go home. I'm like, my God, I panicked. Forgot my card. Told the guy to pull over, ran in and waited. This guy, like a book of matches. He's left credit cards at bars all over
North America.
Literally remembered and then they're like, get it in a couple of days.
Yeah, there's 2 still in Vegas from the last Gangfest we went to.
Crazy.
And I was just like, dude, the one was like 3 blocks away, and I'm like, I ain't walking too hot.
There's certain things that you let roll off your back, and you're a crazy guy.
And you might say high strung,
anxiety. Just riddled with it.
Like the little E on a guitar.
And like you'll lose your wallet somewhere. We'll be in like Indiana and you're like, I can't find my wallet. All right, whatever. You guys ready? I mean, I'd be calling the FBI.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
I reach and grab my back pocket probably 10 times a day to make sure I have my wallet. You just like your Paris Hilton.
I know, but like you still think you're not going to...
Perez Hilton, maybe.
What?
Shout out.
You think you're not going to get the money back. Like, worst case scenario is I leave my credit card at a place, they close it and add the 20% gratuity, which I'm getting off cheap. I was probably going to tip them more. These dumb bastards could have juiced me for 40%.
But you would do that when you had, for most of the time that we were in New York together, you just had your debit card.
Yeah, I only got a credit card during this show.
So what would you do for the next couple of days for money?
Well, I was a TD Bank guy. You could just walk in and they print you a credit card. They print you a new debit card right away.
Like license plate.
Yeah, so it was like...
That's crazy.
I was just like, all right, as long as I have some cash. I remember there would be times where like I forgot my credit card and I was like, all right, I would hit up you or my roommate and be like, yo, let me borrow $20. I have to go on my lunch, like, so I can get to work. I got to borrow, on my lunch break. And I used to work right next to a TD Bank. So I'd pop in there and just like, I need a new card, sit down, beep, boop, boop, boop. They fucking hand it right to you. You're back in biz.
I knew you owed me a 20. You're in the pocket for a couple of days. Let's slide.
What?
I don't know.
You got nothing.
I got a couple of things. Some sunglasses.
You're on the... No, you're on... You're in the red if we're sitting here.
What, you?
Yeah.
Yeah, right. How am I in the red with you? Heaters?
Heaters. Dude, heaters this week.
That's wartime, dude.
No, this isn't wartime. You show up to the studio without heaters, and then I'll have like 6. And what you start to do, like a real snake, but I respect the garbage move. You'll go over when I'm low on. He knows how many. I go, you want to go out and have a cig? He goes, you only have 1 left. So he's keeping inventory on my heaters. And what he does, like a real dirtbag, he knows, because we're on the same heater schedule. Like, we'll pop out, we'll do one after we eat or whatever. But he'll go over, he'll get his own out in his hand, and then go, you want to go get one? You want to go have one? So then I'm smoking my last cig. He's already... He like the Federal Reserve with these goddamn things.
Man, you're half right. I'm way ahead of you. First of all, I have an empty pack where I stash a couple when you're not looking.
You're such a dirt. Just buy a pack of cigarettes.
There's no fun in that.
There's no fun in me not having heaters either.
What happened to honor amongst thieves?
Yeah, there's none.
And there's also...
And you're mad at him for running out on a Denny's. You're stealing from your best pal.
Different psychologically.
You owe me $200 in heaters.
I also have several. There's several loose heaters scattered around hoodies in case of a jam up. So if I die, make sure you check the walls. A little inheritance for you boys. Have a smoke on Uncle Hank. It's like Janice Soprano down there with the metal detector.
Yeah, you're typically not that guy. You're typically flush with heaters.
Not that guy, pal.
You're not that guy, pal. You're typically flush with smokes, but I don't know what's going on.
Trying to get away from them, man. Away from the heaters.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, you're not away
cherry
from
picking
them.
yours.
You're not cherry picking. You're coming in and smoking.
I got the hooks in you.
Just as much as me.
But I will say this. Never dined and dash. Very disappointed in you. To be honest with you.
Wow, whoa. What an all-time deflection you just tried to pull off.
Thank you.
Like we weren't going to notice you goddamn senator talking about the
undercover boss.
I look over here in a mustache.
Kip, let's talk about Pretty Litter.
Shout out to PL.
I'm not just a spokesman.
He also poops in it.
I'm also a client because my little baby uses Pretty Litter all the time.
I know.
We love it. Man, when the bird found out that we got a Pretty Litter, she's like, ship it.
That's hoity-toity
And
stuff.
they just re-upped us. I got it at the house, man. The cat loves it. She loves it. Plus, it gives you an alert if there's anything going on in the old urinary tract.
Yep.
You get to see what's
Kidney
what.
stuff, the whole 9 yards.
Listen, if you love your pet as much as I love my pet, do yourself a favor. Get over to Pretty Litter. Step it up, baby.
Yeah, Pretty Litter has crystals in it. The science behind it is that there's crystals in it, and whatever the mixture is, that change color. If there's something in your cat's pee-pee, some potential illness, so you can
That's
get ahead
how we
of it.
found out. We had to take her to the vet.
Yeah. I know, it's like, and there's a thing, if it's yellow, if it's red, if it's blue, whatever, it changes colors, you go, oh shit, I gotta jump on this, and then, anybody with a pet, dog, cat, parakeet, whatever, when they start getting, you start closely monitoring that stuff, like, they didn't eat this, they were a little weird on that. So this gives you the red flag right away. So you grab them, scoop them, take them to the vet.
Yeah, now she's on special water and special urinary tract food.
Hey, me too. We count on Pretty Litter to keep our houses smelling fresh and clean. You can too. Go to prettylitter.com/garbage to save 20% on your first order. That's prettylitter.com/garbage to save 20% on your first order. prettylitter.com/garbage. Terms and conditions apply. See the website for details.
Let's go. Kip, this is Sheath.
I like Sheath.
You love Sheath, an OG in the podcast game.
Yeah.
Been with us since Jump Street.
First guys to take a flyer on 2 young guys out on their own.
Shout out to Sheath, baby. Gang, if you want the most comfortable underwear you have ever put on, do yourself a favor, get over to Sheath and scoop a pair up. You like separating your nuts from your wiener?
Mm-hmm.
Sure, we all do.
If you can.
They invented it, the technology.
Listen, ladies out there or guys out there, whoever, if you got a guy in your life, a buddy who you want to, and you got a couple bucks, we're talking high quality shit here. So
it's a hog on them.
But and you want to really fucking change how someone sees underwear. I did it for my cousin. I was talking about it. He's like, do they really? This is 2 years ago. Do they really work? I go, buddy, I can't. I'm not going to be able to sell you on it. I logged in. I literally went to promo code garbage. You know what I mean? You got to wet my beak on the back end.
Sure.
I sent him like 3 pairs. Dude, I get a text next week. Dude, these have changed the game. I can't go back.
They're comfy, man. They're cozy.
So go to sheathunderwear.com. Use the code garbage and get 20% off your first order. Plus Sheath's Underwear, 100% money back guarantee.
There you go.
That's sheathunderwear.com. Promo code garbage. Go to Sheath Underwear. Support the show. Support your balls. We love yous.
I've been dined and dashed on.
Now who's got to cover that? Not the server.
I chased the kid down. It was St. Patrick's Day. I was at the Waterfront Ale House at 32nd.
You've told us, but who's got to cover that? Not the waiter.
Yeah.
But that's not their problem if you're...
Yeah, it is. You let them go.
No. Every restaurant I've ever worked at, the company paid for it. It wasn't on. You weren't left holding the bag.
If the manager was cool.
I don't know.
We'll get it this time.
It's illegal for them to charge the server.
That's like someone coming in with a gun and being
Bring
like...
a law into this?
Listen, there ain't no law on brunch shift.
I'd like to cite Miller versus Carl's Jr. from 1988. Danny Miller working a brunch shift. Table walked out.
Damn. Well, I guess you're both
T-Bone's right.
Both. In some cases, it says... State and federal law may require... this goes deeper than I thought.
Federal law.
State and federal law may require servers to pay the bill when a dine and dash incident takes place. The only exception would be if the bill's total causes the employee's wage to drop below their state minimum wage. That's fucked up. If you're running a business out there, I understand times are tough, but you're going to take $120 from this fucking server?
Buddy, they charge you... Most of the places I've worked at, they charge you for the credit card processing fees. That comes out of my end.
This is my deal, Jerry.
My deal, Jerry.
Well, it's not. That's...
If anything, it should just be... You should have to pay the cost. You shouldn't have to pay the street value.
What, you're paying wholesale? You got to go back and figure all that out?
You should.
You're counting chicken fingers in a Cisco box in the back?
I was a young, impressionable kid. It wasn't my idea.
The only thing we ever came close to doing that was we go to Ponderosa. We'd pay for one plate and everybody would eat.
You never went to like a hot bar and fixed something up and maybe, hey, how you doing? Flipped over to the seating area?
I'd nibble. But I don't even really do that in the grocery store. I'll check a grape.
A hot bar nibble is still stealing, Hank.
A hot bar nibble every once in a while.
I don't HPN. No way. Not gonna do it.
Sesame chicken and some mac and cheese.
I had
combo.
I have a real weird thing with stealing. Not that that's steal, but it's like the
You got
same.
a real weird thing with everything, don't you?
You ain't lying. But yeah, no. Apparently, that's fucked up.
Messed up, man.
Even though there's such clause in most states, since in most states employment is at will, the employee can be fired if they do not do as told.
Do as told.
Like they have to pay it, and if they don't, they can be fired.
Yeah.
That's insane. What the fuck are we doing? This is goddamn America.
Yeah, and this waitress was going to Eckerd College. She didn't have a future anyway. I didn't ruin anything.
Would you talk to her?
Yeah.
Oh, man, you got to know her first, huh?
I mean,
sick little twist, aren't you? Like to watch the light go out in their eyes, huh? You dirtbag. Yikes. You were chatting her up after all that.
I was, and about 30 seconds into talking to her, I was like, what are you doing? You're going to blow the whole thing.
Also, now I don't know what's going on. Most states in the U.S., if not all, have laws against making employees pay for business losses.
Yeah, it's a right. That's a goddamn right.
That's what I'm saying. That's what it should be. If you're making these hard-working, waiters and waitresses pay that, that's fucking insane to me.
I feel restaurants in general, man, they give the whole system. It's like everybody's eating for free usually, or the staff meal or whatever. There's a lot of, what do they call that? Leakage?
Yeah.
Spillage?
Leakage. No, not leakage. Maybe he's a leakage.
Dump over?
I don't know. I'm about to take a dump over.
Yeah, wait a second. In the amount of times that you worked in restaurants,
buddy.
You're
Come on,
again,
buddy.
you're in the red.
In product?
Yeah, dude.
Never touch the dollar. Would never do that. But I'll tell you what.
In terms of restaurant thievery, I mean, you're way ahead of me, dude.
Yeah, wow, that's true. He's over a couple of fucking chocolate milk.
Food-wise.
Which is all I jack too.
But that's hard cash you're taking from that guy. That guy's got to replace that.
Bottom line.
Yeah.
I remember I was working at a restaurant.
Man, you sandbagging son of a bitch. You stand here on your fucking soapbox yelling at this fucking high teenager for stealing some malts.
I was doing this at 40.
Dude, yeah.
I was hungry as a starving artist in the West Village.
You were 388 pounds.
Dude,
you are a different kind of crazy, my friend.
I did that all the time,
Thank you,
man.
Toby. I'm over here Googling law and fucking agreeing with you. Meanwhile, you
got the chicken tender bandit right in front of you.
Sitting the tiramisu kid.
Hey, I don't want these nachos.
The double ring up.
I would, no, I never do double ring up. Usually what you do is, you make nice with the kitchen guys and they hook you up with whatever you want. But, yeah, since a young age.
It's gotta be 180 grand.
Yeah.
Easily.
It started when I was a kid at my first restaurant job. They made homemade cannolis in the back, and I would eat it out of a spoon in the out of the ricotta cheese thing. They were so good. But I love it from the cannoli started.
Yeah.
Twisted.
Dude,
yeah, I would literally work a restaurant job, get fired, lose weight, and then I would get a new one. And when you get a new restaurant, man, it's like having a new girlfriend. Everything's new. The flavor profiles are new. And dude, I worked at this one place and they made everything homemade.
Cheesecake Factory? They make everything in house, by the way. Shout out to them.
This guy to shut up about the Cheesecake Factory.
It's great.
I only opened one. They franchise? What's the deal?
I don't think so.
The cheese?
Yeah.
No, they handle it in house at the cheese.
Big money. Quality control.
They're not making everything in house and franchise and letting some fucking bozo take charge. That's an operation. They probably
cucumber cheesecake.
Kramer.
Call PB&J.
I would literally. I remember one time I was working at this place and the owner, the food was so good, and after a couple of months, I put on serious weight.
Sure.
And he came in one day. He's like,
"What your fat ass doing?"
He's the guy. He's like, "Listen, slow it down. It's family operation."
You got a handful of meatballs.
What? How dare you?
You're eating it like an apple? What do you
Sir,
mean?
state and federal law says you can't.
It was a dine-in dad.
I would just eat all the time. But actually, to be honest with you, a lot of the times it was what we call in the industry scarfing. It was leftover from the table. I got real bad with that for a while. I would literally, most of my time spent on the floor was just going around clocking. Is she finishing that? Did they cut the burger in half? Is it a good-looking girl, good-looking dude?
That's Hank. We call him the vacuum.
Yeah, dude.
That's Hank the Hoover.
So bad for you. Literally just in the middle of a shift taking like a half of like a gastro pub hamburger, like a thick John, and just swooshing it down my mouth.
You walk up to
for the thrill, just because it was that. I wasn't even hungry.
You walk up to the table, take a sip of their Diet Coke. Done with that.
Like Pulp Fiction. Yeah, man. So it was usually mostly that. It was waste anyway. When you really think about it, I was recycling. You know?
And we're back in the space. Jesus Christ. I'm doing you a favor. Yeah, God.
Oh, yeah.
But all that's neither here nor there, folks. We got a gosh darn family episode on our
Family
hands.
episode. Just the boys, the bozos, and the homies. Just the way we like it.
Yeah, when you join the Patreon, we will answer your garbage question on the air. We get a lot of submissions, but Patreon gets the first crack at it because they're the homies. And
Get over there. Sign up. We're not selling you. I'm telling you, it's a good time.
Listen, the homies.
It's a good squad over there. Good community.
The homies speak for themselves. There's well over 13,000 homies, so check it out. The men lie, Foley lies, numbers don't lie. You know what I mean? It's a good freaking time.
It's from Cocktail. We'll keep our mouth shut. Can't tell anybody. Dead wings tell no tales.
This one's just funny. This is from Scott B. Are you garbage if you ride roller coasters on YouTube?
What? Just watch a roller coaster?
Because I'm assuming he's just a guy with a camera in the front row, and you're just riding a roller coaster, dude. That's all right. I gotta give you that.
Yeah, I like it.
Have you ever seen the video of the hamster in the stationary hamster wheel? They put a laptop with the roller coaster video in front of it, and it like sees it and just starts taking off.
It just freaks out.
Really?
Yeah, it blows its mind.
That would be a cool thing for the VR, for the Oculus.
It's a big part of it.
Is it really?
They have full 360 ride a roller coaster type joints.
I would get freaked. I would feel that little the butterflies in my stomach. I would feel that because I feel that even when I watch them. If I watch like on like a travel show or YouTube or something like that, scares the hell out of me.
Well, now the NBA has a VR camera at all the games, so you sit. It's like you're sitting courtside.
Really?
Watch it.
Wow, that is smart thinking right there.
It's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that's not bad.
UFC's doing it. Everybody's getting in the game.
Get punched in the head.
We're all
Get an arm bar. You're on your couch getting the shit kicked out of you.
Take off the glass. You got a bloody nose, black eye.
Cut me. I tapped an hour ago. Give it up. I'm outmatched.
That's awesome. That VR, I tell you, every day I get closer and closer. You guys just might not see me. I just might be jacked into the wall.
You're just in a virtual restaurant eating other people's food.
HDMI cable right in my neck. Great question.
Yeah, let's see. This one's from Michael, $10 homie, Reading, PA. How you doing?
There you go.
Are you garbage if you destroy large objects and throw them away over a period of time to avoid calling a junk company to come take them?
No.
I'm on week 4 of throwing away pieces of an old 80-inch TV. This guy's playing the Shawshank route.
Shaking it out in the yard?
Jeez, dude. I mean, okay, yeah, I respect it.
It would have took a natural disaster for my mother to ever pay extra for the trash. To call the junk guy?
No. Well, yeah, we were also, I've said this before, we were a big dumpster fan. We had dumpsters or access to dumpsters at my dad's office or one of the job sites or whatever, so all of our home trash or boxes or couches were getting stuff thrown in a dumpster somewhere.
And it's well documented on this program that anytime anybody had anything done and there was a dumpster in somebody's driveway, that got used to the brim.
Yeah.
Get the dumpster, throw it out, bring it over and throw it out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the good part. That's the best part about living in a city. You just put it on the sidewalk and the city eats it.
I know.
That's another thing about New York. They were like, we're trying to cut down on the rat problems. Everybody's got to use trash cans. I'm like, well, why the fuck haven't we been using trash cans for 20 years? You just throw your trash in the street with no.
I thought you meant
crazy.
the are they called dumpsters? What are the things that they drop off in the thing when you're doing construction?
A dumpster.
They're dumpsters? They're trailers. They're called dumpsters?
I don't know what you're talking about, but I think it's a dumpster.
The big square ones that look like the end of a tractor trailer.
Are they closed?
No. They're like in front of a construction site. Yeah. Not a dumpster like behind like a Denny's, but like that's another word for it. It's not
like a sea box.
Yeah, but not a C box. There's another word.
Are you using it for storage or throwing stuff out?
For throwing stuff out, like when the dumpster's in front of the construction site, you just throw it over.
Man, all that scarf
That's
is
a
catching up with
dumpster.
you.
Is there a top on it?
No top.
Yeah, it's a dumpster.
Is it a dumpster? That's the term for it. Dumpster. I thought it was trailer or something like that. I throw stuff in there all the time. Just do a little sky hook in there.
Well, in New York, they put the nets over them so you can't, or they're like behind the wooden walls.
Well,
and
you
shit.
know what? That's their problem.
Yeah, that's until Steph Curry changed the game.
I have a very, it's like a code of honor from
construction.
Yeah, it's like you don't jam another guy up because there were so many job sites you show up and there'd be like fucking some guy's living room sets in there, and I gotta fucking pull concrete slab and throw it in there. I got nowhere to go.
Yeah, dude.
Or like now you gotta lift this shit up over the fucking his couch, so then you're in there rearranging other people's trash.
Man, I've spent hours in some of those things, cleaning them out.
Oh yeah,
grabbing sheetrock with your hands. Ugh, gives me the willies.
Dude, I remember one time we had to move a bunch of fucking concrete blocks. Like you cut up the floor of like a it would be a supermarket, and you pull the blocks, so they were like, I don't know, 150 pounds, and you put one or two in a wheelbarrow, and dude, they were so heavy. And we just had like a little 2x4 ramp. It wasn't like built, it was just like a 2x4 onto the thin man, and you'd have to get a
death sentence.
Dude, you'd have to get a running start, and dude, hope you're Evil Knievel on this fucking balance beam. And so many times I would slip, dude, I'd go over, fucking flip into the dumpster, man, like a bozo.
Brutal.
All right, this one's from Cletus Van Dam. Is it garbage if instead of smoking heaters outside, you paint your walls light yellow so you can't see the smoke stains? Hey, if you're choosing to live in it, I respect it. That's more chess, not checkers to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you're gonna live in it anyway, you might as well look better.
Heaters inside comes with flat soda in the fridge.
Yeah, it does.
Just seeps into every aspect of your lifestyle.
And a remote that kind of works sometimes.
You gotta bang it.
You gotta
It's got a rubber band or scotch tape on it for
take
sure.
the batteries out and put them back in.
That dude's illegally streaming football games.
For sure. Yeah.
I got the chip or whatever. You know, he's got some sort of.
I got the chip. The Fire Stick was big back in the day.
I think it still pretty is, right?
Which I don't
I
understand.
think you can just get like a jailbroken full Fire Stick and just plug it in the side of your TV and you have everything.
They didn't think of that?
It's like $100. My buddy, not my buddy, this kid I know was selling them on Instagram. He would just post on his story like, yo, and he'd show them, he'd be like, yo, I got 10 left. They're $100. DM me. And then he'd be like, they're all gone.
And what do you get? Everything?
Everything. Everything.
What do you mean? Like no rent movies, no nothing?
Netflix. Boom. I know.
Every streaming service, every channel, probably a lot of pay-per-view or what, you know what I mean?
This is an Amazon technology
that has been
jailbroke,
co-opted by the pirates out there.
Man, he had his hands in everything. I just thought it was selling online books.
Well, Bezos. It's not a Bezos production. People are taking it and then illegally cracking it to allow you to
reprogram it.
No, I understand that he's not doing it, but it is an Amazon product.
Oh, they're still making a little money on there.
But it's an Amazon Fire Stick.
Correct.
No kidding.
Yeah, but I also think a lot of times, I'm not specific with this one, but they don't develop those things. There's other smaller companies that develop it, and they just go acquire that company, and now that's their product. Yeah.
Dude's killing it,
buddy.
I mean, from the BitTorrent days, I mean, you owe those restaurants. I owe Hollywood $95 million.
Sure.
Never.
I started buying pay-per-views recently, but for a long time I'd hit up Pat, yo, hit me with the link for whatever fight it is. You know what I mean? And then just go from there.
I used to enjoy a nice bootleg on the street. Come by the restaurant.
I always
get a good one.
My brother would get bootlegs and bring them home, and that was when
This was back in the days before I was in the business.
This is DVDs. I remember. I think we had Old School, and like this is like you would get a good one where they print the label on it. It would have like it'd have the cover, but it'd be printed off like your home printer, but it would be like Old School or whatever.
Yeah, if you saw Chinese writing in the movie, you knew it was a good one.
Sure.
Yeah.
That was also I think we might have mentioned this before. Of like, well, no, this one's hot wired into the They're not capturing the video. They're
on a camcorder.
Yeah, they're pulling it from somewhere. They're getting some illegal download.
But I've watched a few of those. You get used to it.
Oh yeah, you
know what I mean?
for sure.
So it's like a live performance.
Cry again.
Yeah. Cry again.
All right. Speaking of credit cards and whatever scammy thing. This is from Kippy Stolen Car. Shout out to the Kia boys. Is it garbage? I've never heard of this one, and I would. T-Bone, you might have to do some research if it actually works, because it doesn't make sense that it would work. Is it garbage to buy things on your credit card equal to your minimum payment and then return them the next day because the return shows up as a credit or a payment on the card? See what I'm saying? So if you owed $100,
that's true.
That can't be true.
I'm so mad at myself.
I'm not even sure how to. Okay.
Say, I would just type in like minimum payment return, credit card, minimum payment, buy item, return it.
Well, first go to scumbag.com.
It's just a picture of us. That's crazy to me if that actually
I don't
works.
think that works.
It might buy you a couple days because in the system it
doesn't show up as a payment.
Credit card refunds don't count as payments towards your monthly bill.
But I'm saying it might buy you a couple days if it registers as like a $14 credit. Until it might buy you a couple days to get your head above water.
Yeah. Interesting.
I'd be curious to see if anybody else has heard of that and/or has done that.
That sounds like one of those things that would have worked like 6 years ago.
Sure.
And I feel like if that was something that you could do, my mom would have done it back in the day because she was a professional plate spinner.
Oh, yeah.
Like a pro.
Oh, Patty out there at the halftime show?
Like a globetrotter. This going here, that going there, didn't sign this, date on this. Had a big binder, a little like accordion file.
Oh, that's pretty cool. My mom's was in a bright blue with the red Reebok shoebox. That was the set of keepers. That was the financial file.
She would sit there on Sunday at the kitchen table just angry.
I remember.
I'm throwing bells.
Yo, I'm bouncing my checkbook. I'm like, so we'll stop because you ain't gonna be happy when you're done, Toots.
You should see her checkbook. It's crazy. It looks like Sanskrit. You wouldn't be able to tell what it is, but she got it down at a penny. She knows what's going on.
I could see Patty rocking one of those big checkbooks like they have at like businesses.
The business ones?
Yeah.
The 3 one? There's like 3 on them. And I used to have to do that for work. You feel
dude.
official. How much is it?
Oh, I would just be writing checks all day.
I did. That was my job.
Love that. Nice fountain pen.
I remember so many times, and I didn't realize it was. I mean, not a dirtbag move. She was, the hold it till Friday. So many times she'd give like, if it was like a tutor or the lawn guy or fucking whatever it, just hold it till next Monday.
You ever write a post-dated check yourself as an adult?
No, I've said this a bunch. I just recently got a checkbook because somebody doesn't take checks that I have to, or doesn't take like automatic payments, so I had to pay check.
Yeah, me.
And
Ship the check.
I just cut 1 check a month to them, and I don't even record it because it's my only check, and they're all in sequential order. So it's like, it's also, you don't need to record it, and you can't balance. I would argue it's very hard to balance your checkbook anymore. All damn near impossible.
Because things are moving so fast.
If you have a debit card connected to it, it's fucking.
That's why I love Navy Federal. The second that you do it, it comes out of the available balance, so you know what's up.
Yeah, that's most debit. I think all debit cards.
Love.
Yeah, it's a debit card.
Talk about the real feel. You know what's going on. I wrote 1 post-dated check, personal check to another person. Partied all weekend, and all of a sudden he's like, "Hey, by the way, he hit me with that on Monday. He said it was cool.
I thought we were friends."
$75. So you got to hold it till Friday. Dick.
Did he?
Yeah.
Could have jammed you up, cost you another 35 or something.
But then financially ruined it. Kidding me? That never recovered.
It's on the back of a pizza box. Hey, what's your name again? What's your last name?
Hey, great meeting you, dickhead.
It's pepperoni stains on it and shit.
I had to deposit a roommate's check because he gave me the cash to pay the rent. I got to the bank and I'm standing in line and I opened the check up and I looked down at the memo and it just says for anal and I was like, ha, touche.
Got him.
If I was a bank teller, don't take this the wrong way. I probably wouldn't. I'd be triple checking your ID and stuff like that if you rolled in.
Check all you want. Cash is green, fatty.
Just your boys outside looking in the window, peeking skateboards on the plate glass window. I'd be looking at you hard.
Oh yeah.
Remember the old you had to know somebody to cash it at the thing? I would throw a fit. If I got a check from work, because I didn't have a bank account for a long time. If I had a check from my work, I'd see what bank it was, go to that bank and check it.
Yeah.
And sometimes they try to play hardball. Well, you don't have an account, and we don't know you, and stuff like that. Like, honey, listen, there's no business here.
No, obviously, I mean, all those, as a struggling comedian in New York City, you figure out. Anybody's struggling. You figure out where you can cut the corners and your lanes, and you're the people. I never had a cash Citibank checks. I didn't have a Citibank. My last boss had Citibank, and I'd have to go like fucking 50.
Surprised that it was that nice. United's not.
Oh, they just specifically treated you like trash,
Yeah.
Lindsay.
No, they treated me really well going there, but I slept through the meal, so it could have been like something good. But
So they have United has one of the better American airline business classes, but I was looking at like the Asian ones, like Singapore, and there's a couple other, can't remember their names right now, but it's like night and day difference. Like, you think it was nice on an American business class flight? Like, dude, these guys got like chandeliers.
Oh, you see? Oh, like I've seen the videos of like the Air Japan, like their newer fucking fleet models. Like, it's fucking insane.
It's
like,
nuts, dude. Like, I can't. What the hell?
I can barely describe it.
I saw snakes on a plane. I saw that plane. That movie
straight up,
continues.
like, my flight cost $11,000
Holy
to and
shit.
from.
Holy shit.
And if that's not a nice flight and the Singapore Air ones is, then holy shit, how much is that ticket? I want to see what that is.
Right.
11th. Did you get to see the cost of the other people's flights?
No, but I looked it up. It was like I think it was $2,000 for business or for coach,
wow.
and then 32 or 3,300 for economy plus.
Bryce is going to be in a meeting.
Huge gap.
Bryce is going to be in a meeting. And they're like, we need somebody to go to Singapore. Me.
It will be me. I will fight anyone in this room.
Did you book your own flight, or did somebody book it for you?
I can't imagine flying an international flight any other way. Like, again, 11 hours, like, your ass is going to be fucking hurting, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Did you book your own flight, or did someone do the bookings for you?
No, you got to book it yourself and then you expense it.
Oh, okay.
So I definitely had to max out my credit card for it, but it was worth it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I
wow.
mean, I paid it off in a week because they gave me the money back right away.
Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say they didn't even give you like a company credit card to put it on.
No, only certain project executives get a company credit card.
Gotcha.
So it's just a whole expense report to do.
So what did you go there and do? You just went and
jerked off in the hotel room.
The business side of it, I had to go see this. We're fabricating this big metal structure on the site that's supposed to go around these benches, and it's like a really artistic piece. So they wanted to look at quality control and just make sure it looked good as they're fabricating it.
Oh.
Yeah, we don't care about that. What'd you do when you weren't working?
They fucking took us all around that country. Like, they drove us through all the countrysides. They took us to see these like famous windmills. They took us to really nice
Took you to the
spinners.
whorehouses.
The whorehouses over the red light. We were all very interested in those.
Did you have to eat anything fucked up?
The main guy paid for my handy. That was good.
Oh.
Dude, don't be gross.
What was the McDonald's like?
Believe it or not, I didn't try it. Although I've heard it's good.
what was
'Cause
some
you
of the
gotta think
food?
they don't use the same exact stuff that we do in America because they have higher food standards over there.
Yeah.
What
What was your best meal?
I would have to say this French restaurant we went to.
That's cool. What was your worst meal?
Worst meal? I guess it was the burger I got, and that was fucking amazing.
Bitch.
So if you don't know,
I was
everybody
hoping you
outside
had
the
some
United
like
States-
smelly fish.
Yeah.
Some bad sausage or something like a blood sausage.
Weird, like you have to be from here to like it thing, isn't
Yeah.
it? Like, or is that Iceland that has like some weird fish that if you're not born there, if you don't, they've even like tied like if you don't have this weird fucking like thing in your genes, then you're gonna think it's disgusting.
It was one of those. I know it was one of those weird countries where they have white people that don't speak English at all.
Yeah. The hurdy-gurdy parties, countries.
And they all speak English, which is fucking fortunate because I could not begin to try to navigate their language.
Yeah, good
But
God.
like anybody, like if you go to a French restaurant, they all speak French. If you go to an Italian restaurant, they all speak Italian.
As
Like,
well
that's
as
just-
English?
that's just- they do it.
Or
Everybody
just
speaks English,
Italian?
but yeah, they speak to you in the native language of the place that you're at first.
They give you like dirty looks when you speak English.
No, the people from Netherlands, they fucking love tourists.
Oh yeah.
they were like happy that you're there. It seems like.
Oh, really?
And obviously, you're giving them money, but I mean, even people on the street are really friendly.
Well, I feel like that's probably a huge part of their economy is tourism.
Oh, yeah.
I would imagine, yeah. I would
What
imagine.
do they
Like, you're not the only.
what do they really
Americans
export?
aren't the only tourists there.
Like, what do they really export? Like,
weird fish.
I couldn't tell you. Like, that's why I'm asking.
Tall people, I think.
Children for trafficking? I don't know.
People.
Is that where IKEA's from? No, that's Switzerland.
I think it's Sweden.
Sweden.
Yeah. But the French restaurant, I had pate and tartare for the first time. Have you ever heard of those two things or had them?
I know tartare means like not cooked.
It's tuna,
It's
right?
Like not cooked.
They're both not cooked. Tartare it's beef tartare. It's basically think of
it's like
hamburger
cat
that's
food.
not cooked, and it's got like this sauce on it, and then like pine nuts and stuff.
That's
and I
a
had to
no
try
for
it
me, dog.
there, and they
Yeah,
bought
was it good?
It was amazing.
Did it make you sick?
Isn't it like
No,
usually?
it wouldn't serve it to you if they made you sick.
It's usually served
How
with
does
like
it
a raw egg, right?
How does raw beef not make you sick? That's what I don't understand.
Like,
yeah.
The raw food in
motherfucker, if I'm
general
sick
doesn't.
tomorrow, I'm gonna be so pissed off.
I'm gonna try it, but I'll tell you one thing: if I get
Swear to
sick from this,
God.
you're fucking
What do they
dead.
like? What do they like? Kill all the fucking like bacteria and shit with lime or something? Like,
I don't know exactly how it's prepared, but I mean, long and short, raw meat is not inherently something that's going to make you sick. It's the bacteria.
well, that's what I mean. Like, how do they kill the bacteria? Like,
I do not know. I would assume that it's some kind of antibacterial vaccines or something like that. But again, I wouldn't think that because it's Europe.
Well,
They don't like to do that shit.
So like ceviche, like the reason you can eat like raw fish and ceviche and not get sick is because they fucking soak it in lime for fucking days.
Really?
Well, and a lot of the stuff
Yeah.
in ceviche isn't even raw anyway.
I don't know that.
Like it's like I think the only thing that would be
I don't
raw
like
would be the
shrimp
octopus.
ceviche.
If you get ceviche de pulpo, but anyway,
I've only had it homemade.
And then I had pate, which is duck liver. Yeah, duck liver, and that shit tasted like fucking bacon, dude.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure it was bacon, and they just said it was duck liver.
That makes sense.
Don't they still have foie gras out there?
Foie gras.
I don't know. They might, but they didn't have it on the menu. I did
The
have duck, though,
places
for-
that's been banned has been growing and growing.
Yeah, it's really fucked up how they have to do it.
Well, I know it's been banned in the States, right? Like, or at least
I know
parts of the state.
some European, some EU countries have a ban as well.
But it's definitely it's illegal in a lot of places because you're basically abusing the fuck out of a goose for fucking like a year.
Yes.
Like force feed the fucking shit out of it.
Here, eat fatso.
Yeah.
Well, no, like they strap like a fucking like feed fucking pipe to it or whatever. Like,
It's literally described as a diseased, enlarged organ of a goose or duck. Disgusting.
Diseased.
I guarantee you, they don't
it's
look
really
for
fatty,
diseased
and
stomachs.
The force, I guess the disease would be the fatty aspect. That's extremely fatty, making it.
I mean, it's
like
organ meat.
It's an unnormal fucking goose liver because
Yeah.
it's extremely fatty. Would probably be the idea that I would think that why they call it disease.
That's brutal.
Yeah, no, that place does fucking rule, though. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I did have a good time. I mean, considering everything was free and they were just literally trying to wine and dine us, like, yeah.
Did you
have
get
fun?
to,
No,
like-
I haven't had enough fun yet.
Did you get to see like Anne Frank's house and stuff? Or did you get
It's right near the museum district. Funny enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got to see that.
Did you go in it?
No.
He wasn't trying to be bummed out the whole trip. No, there's like there's a very long waiting list to fucking go into.
Did
the
you
Anne
light
Frank
up a
house.
cigarette inside of the attic of the Anne Frank's house, getting everyone caught? I love
Like,
it's the real
yeah,
story.
like you can't just like show up to the Anne Frank house and go on a tour. Like there's a
Alright,
waiting
then you
list
end
for
up
that
doing
shit.
that Pat Oswalt bit, and you break in. Like I thought, why would they not have a sign saying you have to pay to get inside of the Anne Frank's house?
Why would you think it's free? One of the most historic places in the world. You can't even go see Pearl Harbor for free.
I
And we're
saw this
American.
thing that a lot of people like.
Well, these
that
places
go
have to be maintained.
Don't realize how many stairs it is to actually like get up into the basement. and like a lot of like fat Americans go, and they end up like passing out going up because they're like such lack of oxygen.
So yeah,
I'm surprised that doesn't happen all the time at the Winchester Mystery House.
Yesterday, American had a heart
I mean,
attack.
but that's like this because those stairs are easy risers. So
I
like,
know, but it is a very long tour, and you are
Yeah.
going up and down stairs the whole time, like
but yeah,
in tight spaces.
So just so you're aware, they in pretty much all of Europe, I'm sure, but definitely in the Netherlands, they don't give a fuck about the ADA or anything like that.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers, their stairs are like fucking. It's like walking on Kit Kats, dude. Like they are the steps, the treads are tiny.
Yeah, we built this back when we just tossed the cripples in the street and said, "Sorry, guys."
Back when getting down the stairs meant someone pushed you.
Yesterday, American had a heart
You're
attack.
practically you're climbing up. Basically, you're climbing a fucking ladder, and each rung of it is only big enough for your toes.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit about you with their stairs.
They had tiny ass feet and shit.
Oh my god, and they're giant people. They're all.
malnourished.
I was the shortest, fattest person in the fucking city.
yeah, they're all tall and slender.
It would be great if
another thing.
it would be great if
Another
women are like falling all over you. They're like, "Oh, your belly."
Like, yeah, we love the fat American man.
Oh, I like you. It means you're rich.
And both.
In reality, they're just like fucking gross Americans.
Exactly.
They're fucking Americans.
Well, and it's funny too because
tall
like
guys
getting
like
back
dick.
into the United States, I flew back into SFO, and there were 2 lines for passport check. There was a fat line, and, then there was a thin line, and the fat line was for American citizens.
Oh, yeah.
Every fat person was going into that line, and then you look over to your right, and there's all these skinny people, and you look up at the sign. It's just fucking
Every other
non-citizens. Like,
country,
oh, damn it, we are fat.
God damn it.
Great. It makes you want to work out before you have to go back there again, so you can kind of
Guess I
fucking
like a gym in here I
yeah.
can hit up real
So you can fuck up the bell curve a little bit.
You're the fat person in the gym. What are you doing here?
I
You're like,
got to go to the Netherlands next year.
I'm trying to. Yeah, you're over
trying to
there.
represent for our country, man.
I gotta get up there.
Something's got to
Like all this
change.
cute American tried to get skinny for us. Very good job. Enjoy your McDonald's cheeseburgers.
They fatten you up before you leave. They're like, no.
No, you're not gonna go back like that. No, you're not gonna fit in your fucking seat when you go back home.
Like
They
we're
did like to feed
maintaining the status quo here. Fat American.
They did like to feed you. They don't. I don't know if this is the rest of Europe, but in Netherlands, that you don't like in. You know how you go to a restaurant and the first thing they bring out to you before they give you anything is water?
Yeah.
They don't do that.
Yeah, you have to ask for water, right? And
Yeah, you have to ask
Sounds
for
I
any
mean, that's
source.
starting to happen
Not
here
free.
too.
Yeah, I heard
It's
that.
not free.
That's
no.
that's
and they bring
the
you,
that's the status quo in Santa Cruz.
well, and they also don't they don't give it to you like in a glass. Like they give you a small like a whiskey tumbler sized glass, and then they give you a bottle, and they'll ask you, do you want still or do you want sparkling?
yeah.
So do you want regular water or do you want like sparkling water,
Yeah.
like Pellegrino or whatever?
That's how they get
It doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna dip my balls in it.
Yeah, right. But either way, it's the same price. It's like I think it's like $5 for a small bottle. It's expensive. And then when it's just you, I did go to dinner a couple of nights like later because they don't eat dinner till like 8 or 9.
They don't do.
I went to dinner
tipping.
alone a couple of nights, and these people like want no tip from you, and I'm like, why? And like I kind of realized like, oh yeah, because those motherfuckers, they actually pay them.
Yeah, they're
Like,
paid a living wage.
Yeah, they actually pay them. But I went to an Italian restaurant like and just got like some focaccia and some noodles and shit, and I was all I'd like.
Dude, the shame and like the bloatedness of crushing a box of Special K.
It's pretty easy.
Oh, the easiest.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I don't start enjoying it until the roof of my mouth starts getting cut up, and I go, now we're in it. And I double back because you need the cold milk to soothe it.
I love drinking the milk when there's a little bit of cereal in there and washing it down. Yeah, this is
it's
how
great.
it started. So back at Christmas, I don't know why, but somebody at the Bird's office brought in boxes of Rice Krispie treats with green ones and red ones. I think so they could make Rice Krispie treats for the holidays, and that somehow